In today's session of inspiring business stories, I have as a guest, a dear guest, Neslihan Girgin from Turkey. Was that from Istanbul or from Konya?
Uh, I live in Istanbul, but my ancients came to Konya from Middle Asia 750 years ago. Dear
Wow, okay.
Alisa,
All right.
yes.
I just want to present you first to my audience. Neslihan Girgin is a servant leader. She is a globally recognized volunteer for a number of international volunteering organizations, nonprofit organizations, and she is a macro influencer on LinkedIn. She is well-known person on LinkedIn. And I personally admire Nestle, not because of the number of followers she has on LinkedIn, but because of her personality, her kind personality, and always giving personality. Welcome, Nestle. I'm really glad to have you in this interview. Would you please share a little bit about yourself and about your journey on LinkedIn? So, just to mention, Nestle has currently more than half of million followers on LinkedIn. 560,000, I guess, right now.
Yes, yes.
So, please, you are more than welcome to present yourself and tell us a little bit about your own personal story.
Thank you, dear Alisa. And it's my honor, in fact, to be with you and to be with all of our LinkedIn fam, our followers, our audiences, and whoever touches this video, our messages. And thank you for your so well introduction about me. Your kind words touched my heart sincerely.
I'm
Thank
just being
you.
honest. I'm just being honest, really. This is my honest opinion about you, and you really deserve the best. You're
Thank,
such a giving person. You always give to all those around you, and you deserve at least the same from all others, from the community. And you are the one I've noticed who acknowledges God in her posts as well, and in interviews like this as well. And I appreciate you for that as well.
it's my honor again because I think that all of our meetings with people comes from God first of all. We learn from each other, sometimes lessons, sometimes we gain your road friends on LinkedIn or other social media also. I think to think about social media seriously so important because we create karma with people if we harm anybody, or we create some memories which is painful for somebody, and they remember us with those unfair actions. That's why I am doing my best to be kind with everybody because I love God. When you feel this level of love, you look everybody with this window of God because all of us come from love frequency. Then we change our frequencies with gossips, with slanders, or with any other actions, whatever we act against of others, or
Yes,
whatever we show others. It is just a kind of mirror, like Louis
exactly.
Hay suggests us to use mirror, and many other great philosophers. They suggest us to say good things to us in front of mirror, so that it's same thing for others also. Whatever we think for others, it is same. It makes same reflections to our souls, our
Very
hearts.
true. Very true. And
Yes,
whatever we give it, actually, we receive the same or even more.
yes, I think so. That's why I love God. I want always to confess my sincere feelings and my gratitude to God, because you told about my followers. Those followers come from God. That's why I appreciate, I love, and I always pray every day to God with this gratitude feelings. That's why I mention God with pleasure, with honor,
Yeah,
because we owe our each breath to God.
yeah, that's
And we
true,
don't know
true.
which one will be the last breath, because God will take it from us. So my journey started with those feelings, in fact, on LinkedIn, because I mentioned many times my story when I was jobless because of my mother's brain surgery. We came together with family members. We talked with my mom's doctor, and he suggested us to care our mothers. One of our family's members, not only with healthcare
Yeah,
teams, because it was kind of second spring. God granted us with our mother. God accepted our prayers. Our mom returned back.
I'm so
And
glad for that. I'm so glad,
yes, we
really.
are so glad also. And we had so painful times with my mom, and our healthcare teams made their best to take care of our mom with their health aid, but the other psychological support and encouragement comes from family members.
Yes,
So that I quit my job. I stayed with my family, with my parents. They were living in Bursa. So we lived together in Bursa, and I
okay.
started small projects. During this time, I started LinkedIn also. I first of all get to know everybody. I wrote many comments, maybe past millions of comments during this 6 years,
Yes,
because I write generally 100 comments on a daily basis.
yes,
Uh,
yes. That's a lot of work and
yes,
effort. Yes.
yes, I think
It-
so.
Those
So that
500,000 followers don't come that easily.
yes, I think
You
so.
are giving first from yourself, from your side, and then,
Yes.
it just comes back to you.
Yes, yes. So that we came nowadays with those painful times. We learned to talk together with my mom. We learned to walk. We learned to stick to life again. And especially, it was a great case study for me, because I was a perfectionist. I was doing my best at work. Every day we were sending millions of dollars in our suppliers' accounts, and we were doing many things. But suddenly everything finished, and I saw another phase of life. So
Yes,
we started again from zero with my mom.
yes,
We catched again to live together.
yes. That was such a wonderful decision. It was really very hard decision.
Yes,
From one side, I can totally relate to it. But from the other side, that was the only right decision to do.
I think so.
Mm, uh, the God's message to us, to all of us, is to take care of our parents, and obviously you got rewarded for it.
I think
Yes, I'm
so.
so glad that your mother is well. And from one side, something was taken from you. On the other side, something even better. maybe was given to you.
Priceless. Yes, I think so. It was priceless.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your volunteer work and your plans for 2021 and what you did at the end of, was that at the end of 2020 about the exponential growth virtual summit? You organized that. It was very successful.
Yes. First of all, it was the same years, I think, when I take care of my mother. I met with Neuromuscular Disorders Association in a news of Turkey with a Turkish television, so that I saw the board of directors leader. Um, I am saying leader, yes, because of Mr. How can I say? Uh, there are some people, but I will say Chidam. PR public relationship managers. I met with them
Yeah,
and together with other board of directors leaders, so that I talked with them in the center of Istanbul, Taksim. We met with them in Taksim. Just I was going there so that I wanted to be a volunteer of their association.
yeah,
So they accepted me with cheers, and I went. I visited their center. Then our journey started. We made many projects together, and some of them were granted internationally. Our board of directors joined some conferences, international conferences,
yeah,
so that we made many videos, many projects together to raise awareness of relativity marriages because of neuromuscular disorders mainly come from relativity marriages, so that we have to prevent it, especially to prevent this disease.
mm,
And my volunteer journey started with this. Then I made some projects for other business associations also in Turkey.
yeah,
This is an ongoing journey, volunteerism
yeah,
always in our lives as a good
it is,
worker.
yeah.
This is my story, in fact. My plans for this year still waiting because of COVID. We are
Oh,
still
yeah.
at home. We are doing our best to be healthy. We are doing our best to make some plans, but to revise them.
Yeah.
And I have two projects nowadays, but they aren't clear yet. When they will be clear regarding with my leadership style, I will announce them. But it will take, I think, 1 or 2 weeks after my some plans and some strategical works. It will be clear for this year also. I think mainly I wanted to tell those things, and the best plan for this year to be healthy.
Yes, yes, that's correct. Well, no matter what those projects are, I wish you a lot of success, and I'm really I'm sure that it will be successful as you are in it. So I know
Thank
how
you.
devoted you are and how much you are contributing. So I cannot doubt in the success of this
Thank you.
for
I
sure.
hope so. I pray so.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about the COVID situation in Turkey.
Turkey.
How was it when it just started? Were people in shock? And how is it right now?
Yes, it was really seriously a shock, in fact, even if we heard some news because of I'm dealing with foreign trade and foreign international sales. That's why we have many foreign people around. But when the first waves of COVID started in Turkey, we absolutely experienced scary scanner scenario because my sister is working in health sector, so that we are so closer to all those things around, and she lost some of her friends, colleagues
Oh,
from COVID, and
sorry.
we lost many of our so precious professors and every level of scientists in those days. That's why it was more than shocking, in fact, dear Alisa, because if some precautions started at the beginning, like to wear masks, face masks, and to stop travel outside of our country, it will be better to
Yes, yes,
protect our
I understand.
pollution and not
Yes,
pollution, our health in general, because we lost also many young people, not only elderly people. That was a kind of nightmare for
yes,
us.
yes,
We are feeling better nowadays because of some precautions give us hope, but we have to do our best to stay away from crowded places. We have to be patient to be at home a little bit more, maybe till April. It will be better, I think,
let's
after
hope.
April.
Yes,
Yes,
let's
let's
hope.
hope.
Let's hope. I was also kind of hoping that I could be traveling back to Europe this year. So let's hope it will be better. And
I
I
think
know
so.
Turkey is like being cautious and more focused on providing all healthcare preconditions for not to spread the COVID in Turkey, especially in Istanbul, is very relevant because Istanbul and Turkey in general is on the crossroads between Asia and Europe. And I know how busy Istanbul Ataturk Airport can be.
So
So
beautiful.
yes, yes. I'm sorry really for all the losses that you experienced in Turkey. But I guess the whole world globally is facing the same thing. Let's hope we all stay healthy and safe, and let's hope this nightmare ends very soon. Yes, to get
Let's
back to
hope.
the normal again. Let's hope. Um, yeah, so can you please share your LinkedIn journey with us? Like, I know you started with less than 500 connections and ended up to right now 560,000. So I am sure that many people who will watch this interview, they are wondering how did you do it? I know you have just mentioned that you're really very active on LinkedIn. You're making like hundreds of comments per day sometimes, or 100 comments is really a lot. That definitely increases your visibility. And in your case, and I know in my case as well, and in case of many of my clients and many people I know who are active on LinkedIn, organic marketing on LinkedIn really works. It increases our visibility, it increases our recognizability, and the opportunities start flowing. Simply collaboration requests, business partnerships, clients starting reaching out. So it's all happening on LinkedIn. So
Yes.
would you please share your experience and any advice that you might have for for the communities on LinkedIn. So for the business community and for job seekers as well.
Of course, of course. First of all, I kindly suggest everybody, whoever sends a connection request, please introduce themselves when they are starting on LinkedIn so recently, because people are so busy to accept connection requests. More than this, it's sometimes hard to check all activities of people profiles. I am checking profiles. I am looking at their activities. I try to understand if we have similar philosophy, if we have similar way of thinking to add value to our posts, our activities. That's why I kindly suggest everybody to introduce themselves on their profiles first, be, beside to be a job seeker or jobless. This is not something to use to mention as a title on our profiles, because we can be suddenly jobless if we are working in somewhere else today. But if we use some titles beside our works, beside our business, people can feel a frequency level similarity with us, so that they may reach us honestly as a person,
Yes.
not only as an account owner. I started LinkedIn like that. I checked everybody, I wrote comments, many people, many great leaders. And when they didn't respond my comments, I stopped commenting to their posts,
Yes.
because it wasn't only for me. They generally didn't respond many comments, and they still don't respond their comments. They have a sorry, they have a different audience, I think, because some audience have just quick commerce. They check your activities, put a like, and go. Some people write long comments coming from their inner heart, inner souls. This is my philosophy. That's why I wrote many comments and maybe passed seriously 1 million comments during the last six
Yes.
years because
Yes. Yes.
I I joined many campaigns, I joined many leaders' posts, so that this is the main point, that when you are writing a comment to a post, if leaders don't respond to you regularly, you can quit them. But if they have some issues in responding comments, like I am, because comments are rolling, so that I can't respond every time people. That is the other issue, that if we
Yes.
can't respond comments, it means there may be a technical issue in general.
Yes.
This is one point. And the other point is to check people's activities in our feed. And if we are in a community, for example, in supply chain, in non-profit organizations, their activities come to our feed. So that please don't hesitate to comment other posts you see on your feed. When we write comments in other posts of people who aren't our connections, they may return to us as a connection,
Yes.
so that we can develop real network. And this is our real network, as you see.
Exactly. Yes.
This is my main philosophy, to develop relationships on LinkedIn, in fact, so that we came nowadays, dear Alisa.
Very true. Yes. Yes. It
Yes,
is about building relationships. It is about networking. Um, and it is not like what we really see in many instances that Many people start reaching out to others in messages where they sales pitch in the first message, and or they don't really send a connection request with the message. um, so this is really not the right way to do it. As
I
you're
think
saying,
so.
I totally agree with you. Building relationships is the way to do it.
I
Even
think
for
so.
the salespersons, I can totally relate to their job. I know how difficult it is, how challenging it is, but really they should know the right way to do it on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a special platform, and it requires another approach.
I think so. I think so. I agree with you. And
Yes, yes. Thank you.
LinkedIn
Thank you.
is
And you know what?
precious.
Yes,
Yeah.
what I would really love to mention as well, even though you have now more than 500,000 followers, you are such a humble person, and you keep giving from your side. Like you give to other people so much, even by just commenting on their post. You know, you are contributing to uh, the increasement of the visibility of their posts, and you it looks like you're giving more than you are really receiving. I really admire this feature of yours, and I wish you all the success and continued success on LinkedIn. Uh,
Thank you. Same
yes,
for you and all of our LinkedIn fans.
thank you so much. Thank you. Um, so I would also like to ask you, how do you see 2021 like globally, and do you see the end of this COVID situation anytime soon?
In fact, it seems it will not be clear like the old times. We will learn to live together with COVID because it's a kind of virus that developing itself, like we are developing our immune system, so that there is no winner in that case. We can only do that we are powerful than any virus. We have to keep going our precautions. We have to focus our health, our wellness, and our strengths, not only for bodies, but also in psychological level and in our frequencies and our hearts, so that it will be clear, I think, at the end of the year. But we will live together with COVID. It's obvious that the cases are not decreasing, it's still increasing around of us. So that this is a sign that we are generally in the half of the year. Uh, till the April, it will be increasing. It will still increase. Then after April, we are hoping, we are praying that the cases will be less. Then we will start to cooperate more globally as a trade based operations, and also in other cases, because we have to touch each other. We
Yes,
are doing
exactly.
many things with virtual meetings virtually, but at the end of the day, we have to produce something, or we have to serve something with manpower, with women, with human power. That's why it seems it will be in a smooth way after April or May. We will have better days. We hope.
Yes,
We
yes, yes.
observe. Yes,
I honestly hope so as well. And I can see that people are really, they have been very, very patient.
I
And
think
this
so.
patience is kind of, you know, um, they're, they're really, I can see that everybody is looking forward to somehow getting back to normal, or at least improving the situation a little bit. Although I can say that situation in USA, at least in the state where I live, is really pretty good. like we don't have the lockdown, and we are free to move around, to visit parks, to visit shopping malls. We are using masks, of course, in indoor space, but it looks like pretty normal, although not all the restaurants are working, and some of them have bankrupted as well.
Yeah.
No coffee shops usually inside. It's like we're hoping to have more time to spend in the coffee shops outside with some spacing, I guess. So I guess the summertime will be a little bit different, for sure, better.
Yes,
And
for sure.
I I really love Istanbul. I visited Istanbul, and I can remember all those nice restaurants and coffee shops by the Bosphor Bridge. It's really wonderful, amazing view in the evening, especially, and the view on Hagia Sophia in the evening. It's really, really amazing.
Yes,
I would
so amazing.
invite everybody to visit Istanbul. It's like it's an amazing place, really.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. And I hope to meet you with
Let's hope.
other
Let's hope.
other LinkedIn
Let's
come
hope we can
also
visit
in
soon.
Istanbul. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you, my dear friend. Thank you, Nestle. It was a really wonderful experience to have you in this show, and I certainly hope so that we'll do it sometimes again soon. And looking
I hope
forward
so.
to our mutual cooperation. And really, I wish you all the success. You really deserve it.
Thank you, and same for you, dear Alisa. You have beautiful heart, and you are a great leader. I am sure you are touching many hearts, and you will do many difference, many impact in our lives during our soul journeys, our LinkedIn journeys. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you. You're so kind. I really appreciate deeply your kind
My honor.
words. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. See you then. Bye bye. Thank
Bye.
you.